Hello and welcome to Sports Tonight.
Today.
Your up-to-the-minute guide to Euro 2012, the greatest international football tournament on earth. Other channels waste your time with live coverage, highlights and so on. We get down to what really matters, talk. I'm Mark Watson.
And I'm Paul Watson. And yes, we've got half an hour of nothing but sheer conversation coming up. We'll have a look ahead to the weekend's games, including, of course, England's quarter-final against Italy or Spain.
It's Italy.
Against Italy. And we'll be taking a look at the whys and wherefores of the tournament so far, the who's, the what happens, and various other things.
In an action-packed half hour, we also have betting tips, a great competition where you can win a trip to the final. We'll hear from our man in the England camp, and we're going to be saying hello to the biggest legend of them all, Pele.
But just to clarify though, we say action-packed. We need to mention, because of the viewing standards people, that we don't have any action at all. We don't have any rights to broadcast the games or show any of them.
That's right, and in fact we're asking you to get in touch if you can help us. Do you have highlights to any games? Maybe you've been at a match and you've got a little bit filmed on your phone, or even if it's just a link to one of these sort of semi-legal streaming sites.
We've got a couple of web addresses, but our web access kind of comes and goes, and you know, it can take 10 minutes to download the little bits of software and stuff like that.
So we are asking for your help. If you've got any highlights that are free, or if you just know where we can get some, contact us on email or tweet us. Or there's our phone number. It's maybe best to use the phone because, as Paul has said, our internet does have its issues.
And don't forget, you can tweet us on any subject as we go along. But the producers will be checking them this week as they go up, so please do keep them football related.
People don't realise it's not a game to us.
Quite hurtful, actually.
This is our life here. So yep.
And our man with the Mac, John Foster, is going to be here, keeping an eye on those tweets for us. Hi, John.
Hi there.
John, I think we've already got some tweets coming in, haven't we?
No, not at this stage.
There's been no tweets.
Well, you've only just asked for people to get in touch.
Yeah, but because it's up there on our website the whole time, so I thought maybe we'd have some stuff.
Nothing at all as yet.
Okay, well,
keep them coming, or you know, get them coming.
We'll be coming back to John every now and again to find out what people are talking about online, about the tournament, about England, and yes, even about us on Twitter.
Yeah, as I say, none of those whatsoever so far.
It could be they don't always use the at thing, so if you do a search just for the name.
I've done that. It's not just tweets. There's literally nothing about anything that we...
Keep them coming, and in the meantime, let's have a look at what they're buzzing about.
Italian coach Cesare Prandelli has admitted his fear that the wrong Balotelli will turn up for the game against England on Sunday. While Prandelli's hoping to call upon Manchester City's Mario Balotelli, who's proven himself to be one of Europe's deadliest strikers, he's afraid of a repeat of Italy's opening game with Spain, where the number 9 shirt was taken by Domenico Balotelli, a 44-year-old ice cream seller from Varese. Prandelli told a press conference, "I was impressed with the way Domenico Balotelli acquitted himself, but on the whole, I feel Mario Balotelli gives us something more. At this level," said Prandelli, "it's not really enough to be able to make a creditable stracciatella ice cream. You also have to be able to play football."
Portugal defender Fabio Contral has warned that the massive spider he spoke about yesterday is still in the team bathroom, despite the window being left open all night. Contral has admitted that until the spider is removed, the squad will continue to wee in the cafe across the road, which has allegedly been forcing players to buy a coffee each time they want to use the facilities. Something which Contral believes is merely exacerbating the problem.
So, the incredible Spider-Man, a job for the attempts by the French players to repair some inter-squad harmony have been derailed after a Philippe Mexes-led sing-along of 10 green bottles mistakenly started counting up rather than down. According to reports, the team had made it to 44 green bottles before Mathieu Debuchy pointed out that if one more bottle were to accidentally fall, there would be 43 green bottles standing on the wall, not 45. The furious argument that ensued is understood to be the worst dispute in the French camp since a team karaoke night in May, when Jeremy Menez provoked anger by requesting the 22-minute instrumental version of Kraftwerk's Autobahn. That's the news in brief.
Holland.
That way. Yeah.
Holland were amongst the pre-tournament favourites at Euro 2012, but they slumped to 3 defeats in Group B. So where did it all go wrong for the Dutch?
Once again, there were some question marks over the team spirit in the Dutch camp. This has always been a problem for Holland, of course. Who can forget 1988 when Ronald de Boer sneaked up behind Ruud Gullit and pulled down his shorts as he was about to score against Ireland, claiming it was retaliation for Gullit stealing an apple from his packed lunch on the team bus.
Well, and of course, there was Wesley Sneijder at the Euro 2008, where he attempted to blow up the Central Bank of Vienna because he didn't like the way Marco van Basten spoke to the players.
Yeah, it wasn't quite on that scale this time around, but it was certainly odd to see some of the relationships between the players. Arjen Robben, for example, had to be formally introduced to Joris Matthijssen after 25 minutes of the game against Denmark.
That's true. I mean, you just kind of assume that because they're both Dutch, they'll know each other, you know. To be fair to Holland, though, I mean, they were in the group of death.
Yes, it does increase the pressure knowing that the spectre of the abyss hangs over you. Such a senseless loss of life. While all these factors may have played some part, we're lucky enough to have one of the leading experts in Dutch football in the studio. John, I think you've got some insight into what went wrong for the Dutch.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for Holland now. They really have it all to do.
What do you, they're out. Holland are out.
It certainly does look that way.
So what would be your assessment of the Dutch campaign, John?
Well, they lost to Germany and Denmark.
Yes, and to Portugal.
No, that was Netherlands lost to Portugal.
This guy's a moron.
But they beat Northern Ireland.
In a friendly, yes, John.
And Slovakia. And Uruguay. And in fact, they're in the World Cup final against Spain. Great excitement in the Netherlands about that game. They've lost. They've lost the World Cup final. They've lost, but there'll be devastation tonight in Amsterdam.
So, John, what would you say it was that prevented technically a very capable team from living up to expectations in Ukraine?
Could have been the weather. Rains a lot in Holland, much less in Ukraine. Except the other day when there was quite a bit of rain. Probably a lot more that day than there was in Holland. Although it did rain quite a lot that time I was in Amsterdam. Although, no, hang on, that was Bruges. No, Bruges was where I got that picture taken with that dog.
John Foster there with a bit of insight into the Dutch squad. Thanks, John. We really got to the bottom of that. And next up, competition time.
Now, as we mentioned at the start of the show, we've got a truly amazing competition for you.
Yes, that's right. It's your chance to win tickets for the Euro 2012 final.
You'll fly to Moscow on Sunday, July the 1st.
It's Kiev, isn't it, the final?
Yeah, but we weren't able to get a direct flight. There's a few hours layover, but it's not a big deal. It's quite a big airport, there's plenty to see.
You and your friend will have halfway line tickets to see some of the biggest players in the game.
In the biggest game of 2012.
All you have to do to win this astonishing prize is answer the following question.
Who won the Euro 2004 competition? Was it Greece?
So there you are. Who won Euro 2004? Was it Greece? Calls cost £1.50 per minute, plus your standard mobile charges, plus, again, £1.50 a minute, so £3 a minute. And that's to be in with a chance of winning a prize that money literally cannot buy.
And stay tuned, because we'll be drawing out the winner later in the show, not to mention welcoming a very special guest indeed.
Yeah.
Can we not have got some footage?
We're not allowed any footage.
But I mean, it's not even the Euros.
No,
is
we're
it?
literally not allowed to show any football. We're not allowed. We don't own anything. Seriously, I worked for 5 and we have more actual football. Yes, Edson Arantes de Nascimento. Do Nascimento.
The man, the legend.
The greatest there's ever been.
He'll be right here in the studio.
Or ever will be.
In the studio. So join us after the break when we'll be, as well as meeting Pele, talking to a man in the England camp.
And looking ahead to England's huge clash with Spain or Italy.
With Italy. See you then.
Pele really coming?
Yeah, he's got a book to. But see, just if you just concentrate on your stuff, and obviously
the theme music is on, isn't it?
Can I talk to him?
I think we'll get it. If you just stick to your own stuff, and then obviously if we get time for general discussion, but I do think you'd be better off. And don't take this the wrong way.
Greatest there's ever been.
It would just be good if you just concentrate on your own segment. Really.
Better than Maradona.
The theme music's definitely on, okay?
I think we must have cut. You must be confident.
You've just got to give him a little bit of slack, you know. He's all right.
I just.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Just go back.
You had it. It's balancing on.
Just get back in here. It's all right. There's a bit of. It's all right. That'll be all right.
Over now to our European football expert, John Foster, for a roundup of how foreign newspapers are reporting the quarterfinals. John, what do you have for us?
Well, I've got La Gazzetta dello Sport, I've got L'Equipe, I've got Die Telegraph, I've got something that might be Russian.
Yeah, what are they saying, John?
Well, Paul, most of them are focusing on the Euros.
Yes, what specifically are they saying about the Euros? I mean, I imagine that the Spanish have got a lot to say about Del Bosque's tactics against France. What's the headline on Marca say?
Don't actually have Marca. I've got Die Welt, which is leading with the Merkel triplet story. I've got Le Monde.
That's a French newspaper, but never mind. Yeah, what does Le Monde have to say, John?
Well, they're going with Des Fissures dans la Maison Bleue, which means the fissures in the house.
I mean, do you actually speak French, or is this just you're just literally holding up the?
Get by.
It means cracks in the blue house. So cracks in the blue house.
I've got Hurriyet, which surprisingly ignores the Euros on their section.
John, I think it might be on the back page.
Turn it round.
It's often on the back page.
There you are.
As I say, Hurriyet leading with a story about Germany, with a picture there of Germany. I've got some. I've got La Gazzetta dello Sport, which
looking ahead to the England game.
Looking ahead to the England game, of course. They lead with Forza Italia, which means
it just means go Italy or come on Italy. You know, it's the fans chant it. No,
very possibly it could. Yes, Italia. Yeah, I think you might be right. We also have the lady, which leads with a picture about a dog.
Thank you, John Foster.
Got a short story by Ruth Rendell.
John Foster with the international papers.
Welcome back to Sports Today, the only coverage of Euro 2012 anywhere on the planet.
We're going to take a look ahead now to the crucial match tomorrow night and England's preparations for the quarter-final clash with Italy.
Yes, we understand that Roy Hodgson's been showing his players DVDs to prepare them for what the Italians can do. Specifically, he's been showing them a selection of neo-realist classics from the 1940s and 50s.
These include Rome Open City, Umberto D, and of course Vittorio De Sica's classic The Bicycle Thieves, a great favourite of Hodgson's since his time at Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, you could say this is the Italian job.
The Italian job for England tomorrow night. And,
why?
Well, obviously playing Italy, so
the Italian
job for England.
Yeah, but why the Italian job? I mean, it wasn't before Ukraine. We didn't talk about the Ukrainian job.
It's a thing people say, you know, the Italian job.
Well, it's because of the film, because of the Italian job, the film. So
it's not about football.
That's football, in it.
No, there's not football in it. It's you're thinking of The Great Escape, but
you're thinking of Escape to Victory.
But there's definitely football in it.
But it doesn't matter whether there's football in the Italian job. That's not.
You're not thinking of goal.
The whole point is the Italian.
Or goal 2.
It's just
there's no goal.
If you're playing,
there's a goal 2.
Goal 2.
A friend of mine had a cameo in goal 2.
Really?
Yeah, well, it was cut out of the final version.
So it's just like an extra or something. Or?
I think they were going to make a goal 3 actually.
No.
The Italian job then for Hodgson and his men tomorrow night. And ahead of the Italian job, the quarter-final between England and Italy, we have got Josh over in the England camp. I think we can join him now for a few insights. Josh, are you there?
Yep, struggling to hear you a little bit, but I am here, yep.
Oh, good. Can you hear us? If I do I have to sort of speak at this sort of volume?
Just a little bit louder would be great.
Okay.
Josh, what's the mood in the England camp?
I think you're asking me about the mood in the England camp.
Yeah.
Must be honest, haven't been able to get too close to the camp. It turns out if you had accreditation last time, it doesn't help you this time. I did bump into Garth Crooks though, and he told me he'd spoken to Ashley Cole's dad, and all is well in the England camp.
So good vibes coming out of the England camp. There's a lot of talk about whether Theo Walcott will start this time. Is there any? Can you give us any? I shouldn't think they've sort of given the game away, Josh. But any rumours? Any clues?
Sorry, who's going to start?
Is Walcott playing or Milner? Do you think?
Yeah, Walcott, obviously. Yeah, Walcott. Yeah, I was at training actually just before the England-Holland game in February. Walcott did look very dangerous, actually, very lively. Obviously a good end of season for Arsenal. Whether he's going to play against Italy, I'm not too sure, to be honest. But if he does, certainly he'll be very dangerous.
Has he been in? Has he even been?
I don't think.
I mean, has there been a press conference, or what is Roy Hodgson saying at the? What's Hodgson's general message been at the press conference?
Roy Hodgson, I mean, before the tournament, I was there at Wembley before we went out, and he very positive. He really felt we could do well at this tournament. Obviously, underdogs in the group, but very positive we get through the group. And look, it's the quarter-finals. Anything can happen. It's a knockout competition.
That is true. I think.
Can you just send my love to Julia? Because this phone you've given me, you know, a Belarusian phone in Ukraine is absolutely hopeless, boys.
Right, we need to probably.
I mean, we can talk to someone. How do you think England will stop Mario Balotelli?
Sorry, you're breaking up again there.
How are England going to stop Mario Balotelli?
Balotelli?
This is hopeless.
Dangerous, Balotelli. Obviously, you know, I think Rio Ferdinand could have a role to play.
Josh, if you need to make any phone calls, if you just reverse the charges to Sports Tonight.
Sports Today.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, the thing is, this Danish krona you've given me, not very useful around here, so it's actually been a bit of a struggle out here, to be honest.
Well, Josh, the man with the inside tips at the England camp, thank you very much. We'll be going back to Josh as, well, hopefully England progress a bit further in the tournament. Josh, thank you. Can you still hear us?
Josh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Just make sure that money gets sent. Thanks.
We'll try and get you some money. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, thanks.
You're watching Sports Tonight.
Sports Today.
Live? Now, I'm not sure about you, but when it comes to a major tournament, I always like to put a little bit of a bet on. Only problem is, I just never know who to back.
Tell me about it. Luckily, we have someone in the studio who does know a thing or two about beating the bookies. John Foster, I believe you're still living off that bumper win at World Cup 2010, aren't you?
Lucky man.
I certainly am.
Have you got any tips for our viewers?
I certainly do. Well, let me see. You can get 15-8 on England to beat Italy, or a draw is 21-10, and Italy to win is 17-10.
That's not tips, though, is it? That's just listing all the possibilities. I mean, anyone can just go on the website.
John, have you got any suggested bets for us? You know, things that look like good value?
Well, there's fantastic odds, Paul, on Spain versus France final. Just unbelievably vast odds.
Really? Well, that does sound worth a shot. I've been really impressed with the way France have passed the ball in this competition, and Spain are surely amongst the favourites.
France-Spain is a quarter-final. That's tonight. So that can't happen.
Well, he said it was a long shot.
Oh, stranger things have happened. It's a funny old game.
Where did you get this guy? Is it?
No, it's fun on Gumtree or something, I don't know. And now it's time for John's Epic Accumulator. So, John, I've only got £1 to bet. Are you going to make me rich?
I believe I can, Paul. I'm backing England to beat Italy, with each side to have more than 12 corners, but fewer than or exactly 19 throw-ins, 2 missed penalties, a red card in the 70th minute or later, and fewer than 2 disallowed goals.
Wow. Well, what are the odds on that?
6-1.
Oh.
6-1.
6-1. So for every pound you bet, you get £6 back.
I understand how odds work, but I mean, £6 is not exactly. It's meant to be Epic Accumulator.
Oh, every little counts. You know what they say, you don't see many bookies driving Skodas, do you?
Well, I'll be dropping into my bookmaker on the way home.
Me too. Well, we're getting close to the end of the show, which means it's time to go back to our competition, and it's time to find out who's the winner of our great Euro 2012 competition. Remember, we're giving away a pair of tickets to the Euro 2012 final in Kiev.
We need to get Pele in here. We need to get Pele in.
We asked you a question earlier, and we're going over live on Skype now to our winner.
Sorry, are we doing it now?
Yes. Over to you, John, with our winner.
Sorry, I was just, when you open, there's loads of windows. Hang on a minute. Skype, it's a funny story actually. This girl I went to school with is just asked me.
And our winner is Keith from Swanley. Keith, are you there?
Yes, hello. Hello, Jeff.
Hello. Oh, it's Mark. Mark.
Oh.
You're live on Sports Today, Keith.
I thought it was Sky Sports.
No, you're live on Sports Today.
I thought it was Sky Sports with what's his name, Jeff Stelling.
No, you're live on Sports Today.
Oh, yeah.
So, Keith, are you ready to win with Sports Today?
Sorry, it's a bad line. It's
Are
not
you
a very
ready
good
to
line.
win with Sports
Are you
Today?
ready to win with Sports Today?
Yeah.
Good. So, Keith, our question was, very simply, who won Euro 2004? Was it Greece?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yes! He done it! Keith has won! What, Keith, you've won a trip to the Euro 2012 final in Kiev.
That is amazing. Brilliant. Cheers, guys.
Well then, Keith, now these tickets, we've not 100% got them yet. We're just, well, we're waiting on, they've not actually arrived yet, the tickets, but the moment they do, we'll pass them on to you, Keith.
How can I not have...
All it is the producers weren't able to get everything completely sort of, so we've had to apply for the tickets, long story short, through a website which there's some good reviews of the site. We
care about the views. I just won the competition. I want my tickets.
Yeah, no, of course.
Pele is...
And you will have the tickets, Keith, from Swanley, our winner. I just need a couple of days to... Well, listen...
It's a joke, mate.
If we take your phone number, the producers will talk to you. And just... so that's Keith from Swanley.
How long I've been on the line for? Half a bloody hour. I spent 50 quid waiting here. Where are the tickets?
So Keith has won. He's a Sports Today winner. Keith, I will just put you through now to a producer.
I've spent on waiting here. Come on, where are my tickets?
Yeah, well, as I say... so
got a point, Mark.
What?
You spent 50 quid, that's pretty out of order.
Oh, right. And you would know, I suppose, because you're a genius. Oh, by genius, I mean you're useless. You've been bloody useless, mate.
Seriously, Pele is literally sat...
Shut up. You just sit there, just all hunched over your laptop.
Yeah, my posture is something I'm working on. Actually.
What?
I'll sue you.
I'll sue you, mate!
Take it easy.
Jesus.
There's like 20 seconds. We've got
I've
Pele.
tried to just... this has been a total... I've tried to hold it together despite the fact that nobody seems to be able to...
You've been watching Sports Today Live, and now we've got something pretty special to end with. Often described as football's greatest ever player, the man who started life as Edson Arantes de Nascimento. He's in London to promote his new book, and we are delighted...